Welcome to the Solar and Storage Market Series. My name is Erez Dolev, and I'm the Managing Director here at RENVU. Today we are going to be hearing from Joe Frodsham, Senior Sales Manager at Renon, as well as Paul Buckwalter, owner of Renon USA, Phil McLever, Director of CNI, and Jose Ilej, engineer at Renon. About the residential and commercial solutions, compatible inverters, future developments, and the industry alternative to the ITC, the virtual power plant. If you haven't heard about that or don't know how to utilize this opportunity, stay tuned and add your questions to the Q&A section of Zoom. We also have with us today Kyle Peace, a senior engineer at RENVU, to share RENVU's advanced online design and quote generating tool and show how to create complicated quotes with a full bill of materials in just a few minutes. Participants in today's webinar will receive, in addition to any RENVU promotions, $250 brand rebate valid for the next 15 days. But before we dive in and while we're waiting for more people to join, I'd like to give a little background on RENVU and some of the products and services we offer. So RENVU is a US-based solar equipment distributor. We've been in the industry since 2012, and we have currently fulfillment facilities and offices in California, New Jersey, and Texas. Our sales staff all have backgrounds within engineering and solar installation. Here are a few products we would like to spotlight. We have the full Sol-Ark and Grow portfolios. We have Runnergy modules, 440s, black, 405s, 550, and 580 watt for commercial projects. We have the Lumin smart panel that can connect to any existing panels. We carry the Enphase IQ 8 series, and we have access to the 3T and 10T legacy batteries, as well as the 5P and the new 10C batteries. If you need the T-gaskets to make your solar array watertight, Blicker offers several options to fit different modules, gap sizes. Contact our team if you would like us to send you samples of those T-gaskets. We've partnered with 2 financing companies. Credit Key offers credit lines of up to $50,000 with approval in just a few minutes. With a review of 3 months of bank statements, that limit can be increased to up to $250,000. Build is another financing option specifically designed for CNI projects. Your credit line is approved based on a specific CNI project, but you can also use that fund or credit line for any other business purchases. Also, when using Build, they will give you a 0.5% rebate on any purchase made with RENVU. So next time you have a CNI project, we recommend reaching out so we can set you up with a line with them. This is our bulk module price list for large volume options and our upcoming offerings of solar modules. We carry Runnergy, Zenshine, Canadian Solar, Qcells, Hyundai, Telsun, and more. We are sharing it in the chat, and then you can just use it as a tool for yourself. It's updated regularly. I'll take a minute to also mention Blicker Residential Carport. This is a great way to expand existing solar systems or an alternative solution where you cannot install solar on a roof. And when customers are looking for more added values, let me start a short version of the installation video here. The carport is designed to be assembled by a small crew. It doesn't require any specialized or heavy machinery to install. This is a solar structure, so it's eligible for the 30% ITC as long as it's available, and also the extra 10% for US made products, because this is uh, everything is made in the US with US sourced steel. It is modules and inverters agnostic, designed and fabricated in the US, and comes with a 25-year warranty. The structure is coming with Texas Structural Engineer P stamp. You can install up to 24 solar modules with 4 columns of 6 modules. A 2-car carport will generate about 10 kilowatt. You can also use residential and commercial modules on it with load capacities up to 48 pound per square foot snow, 215 miles per hour wind load, and seismic design category F. We're sharing a link to the full version of this video and in the chat, and it will also we will also add it to the follow-up email. Now I'll hand it over to Kyle Peace to go over the online quote generating tool and show you how you can generate a quote with the full system in just a few minutes, and we'll get started with the webinar right after that. Let me stop sharing mine.
All right, does everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm on the renvu.com page here. This is actually the item page for Renon. We already have the ECube, some Sol-Ark and Renon bundles, as well as the Xtreme LV and the EBricks up there, and we'll have them onto the design tool shortly. If we jump over to our homepage, you can access the design tool either from the hyperlinked image or the banner at the top. On the start page of the design and quote tool, you can choose from a full system or deselect full system and any other components you already have or source them separately if you just want a partial quote. On the next step, under the panels page, you can choose from, we always default our most popular residential module at the start. And then we have some other options. Renergy just came out with a new N-type 440 watt module, as well as we have some commercial options from them. So you can compare different options available in a dollar per watt metric. So we have them per module cost as well as dollar per watt under each one. And this is just a starting point, a relative metric. So if you're looking for a larger order with multiple pallets, we can obviously bring this price down for those bulk orders. But this gives you an idea to see the relative cost of each and make your selection there. And then we can move on to the next page. I did want to point out, we do highlight any promotional sales. Some of them are too complicated to code into the tool itself. So just email us and myself or one of my colleagues can apply discounts like this when you're getting a combo. I'll leave it on that default Renergy 405 watt for now, and we'll look at the racking options. So there are options for pitched roof, flat roof, carport, and ground mount. Under each option, there's a variety of sub options. For pitched roof, you'll need to select your roofing surface, whether it's comp shingle, Spanish tile, flat tile, or a variety of metal roof profiles. You'll see as you select different options here, you'll get different bill of materials populated. This roofing attachment will change as I make different selections here. So that's how you can see the relative costs for different options change as you make your selections in the tool. And then you'll need to input the array configuration, the number of arrays, as well as the number of rows in an array. I'll add 2 rows for this array of 10 panels as an example. I'll leave the orientation at portrait. It's the most efficient for the number of panels to the amount of racking materials and holes you'd have to put in your roof to get that array up there. And then you can also change your span in feet. That's basically the number of attachments you'll get in the quote, as well as clamp colors. If you had a clear frame module, you might want to switch that over to as well. And as you make your selections, you get this bill of materials. If you're not sure what something is, you can click on an item page and it'll bring up a separate page. You won't lose your spot. You can see the manufacturer documentation on that item, make sure it'll work for your specific use case, and then you can jump right back into that tool. So a great way to learn as you go. Under flat roof, there are options for ballasted systems, as well as tilt legs and a low slope metal roof, as well as that blicker carport that Ayers was mentioning. And then for ground mount, Iron Ridge is our main option, and we also have an option for Power Field. And the next couple months, they're coming out with a larger ballasted ground mount tub that'll work for most modules. In this case, we'd have to use a smaller wattage panel for that power field to show up there. I did want to point that out since it's a popular item. I'll leave it on the pitched roof. We'll go with 2 rows of 10 in portrait. And now we'll look at inverters. So you can choose between microinverters or string inverters, or an optimizer and string inverter system as well. Under the string or microinverters, we have N-phase options up right now, and we should have some 3-phase options online shortly, so look out for that. And you can also, of course, add energy storage. With N-phase, it's just going to be N-phase batteries, those 10Cs like Ayers was mentioning, as well as the 5Ps. And string inverters, we'll look at those now. For this case with Renon, we want to show the options with battery backup. In the standard residential inverter with Sol-Ark, shortly we will have online a list of the Renon batteries that will be options, the 10 kilowatt hour through 40 kilowatt hour Xtreme LV stacks, and then you can choose between Sol-Ark 8K, 12K, and 15Ks. And if you need the EMP version, just write in and we can update your code as well with that EMP version. The bottom of the page is also going to be options for rapid shutdowns, whether you want the optimizer variant or just the pure rapid shutdown variants. Those are down there as well. And then folks often ask, what's the most cost-effective, just standard grid tie system? To look at that, you can select no on the battery backup, and Growatt is definitely the Min series. Growatt inverters are the most economical that we've seen, and our installers really like them. So I do recommend those Growatt Min series inverters for those standard grid tie systems. And you can always add battery backup down the line as well. So there are the inverter options. After you've chosen your inverters, you can add on spare panels. I highly suggest this. Every week we have somebody coming back and saying, hey, we had a limb come down, there's a hailstorm, one of the panels is busted, do you have one? And if it's something that's a few years old, a different frame size, it can be really hard to track those down. So highly recommend getting a few spare panels when you're getting your project going. And that way you can alleviate that hassle, or even in installation. If one busts in shipment, if one breaks, you're still good to go. We can work that out as well. So Lumen Smart Panel, that's another option you can add in to have granular control of your end loads in your system. EV charger is another option you can add on as well. And then on the final page, you will get your bill of materials. And if you need to go back and make any changes at this point, no problem there. You can jump back to any of those steps. It'll save all of your selections. Then once you're happy with it, you can punch in your email address and a zip code, and this option here will give you a PDF copy with a quote number of this bill of materials, which is really handy for a few reasons. One is if you're an installer, you can take that PDF, send it over to Build or Credit Key, and we can get you going on financing. If you are needing help with permit drafting, our partner Alumni, they're all set up for, basically they need a copy of this PDF. They're really used to seeing these bills of materials from us, and then you just fill out this basic permit form, email it over to Joshua, and they are very quick and cost effective for getting you a permit plan set. And then if you need a PE stamp for structural electrical, they are set up to do that in all 50 states as well. And final reason to get a quote number is my team and we all monitor these quotes on a weekly basis. If there's any deals like that one you saw on the panels here that comes through where there's something that might apply to your quote, we'll let you know and see if you need, if you are interested in moving forward, we can apply those discounts. And then if we see any availability or configuration concerns, we try to comment on those as well to make sure that you will have a successful project. So that is all about our design and quote tool, and I'm gonna send it back to Erez and then onto the Renon team.
Oh, thanks. Thank you, Kyle. If you have any questions about these products, about the tool, or about Renon, while Phil is presenting, or Paul and Joe, you can use the Q&A section, and we'll get to the questions at the end of the webinar during the Q&A session. You can also email our sales team at info@renvu.com for more information and pricing. I'll just say that this webinar is being recorded, and we will send you a link in a follow-up email in a couple days. We also have recordings of previous webinars on the RENVU YouTube channel if you want to go through those. And without further ado, I'll hand it over to Paul to start with the Renon webinar.
Thank you, Erez, and just want to say thank you to the RENVU team and for Philip MacGyver for setting up this webinar. Kind of a significant event for us, big deal. This is one of our first webinars as Renon Power USA. So with that, my name is Paul Buckwalter. I am the owner and VP of Sales of Renon Power USA. We are a U.S. veteran-owned, disabled veteran-owned company here in the U.S. Our goal is pretty simple. We offer products that are of high quality, that are reasonably priced, that are easy to install, and that are backed by uncompromising engineering and customer service and support. Our journeys is very fast and furious at this point. We're looking at moving very quickly from being a Chinese-based company to a completely U.S. independent company that's capable of U.S. manufacturing, and we're doing that very quickly. We've recently signed a lease in McKinney, Texas, where we will house our showroom, our installer training, and eventually be doing packing and assembly of batteries and full manufacturing potentially by the fourth quarter 2025, early first quarter 2026. We've got a great team that consists of several sales reps across the United States. We have our financial team here, our engineering group, and our logistics team as well to support any projects that customers may need. Our company is very focused on making sure that our products work, and that's why we have Jose, one of our engineers, on the line. He could talk about the quality of our products. That I pull him in my calls, my weekly calls, and I always ask Jose, so what are our problems right now? What's going on? And I got to tell you, I'm very, very, very proud our products work. We have very few issues. I'd say that our rate is going below 0.0001 at this point, based off of the amount of problems that we've had with our products. So again, as we grow and enter this market, we offer products anywhere from 5,000 kilowatt up to 1.67 megawatt for the commercial and industrial space. And I guess with that, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll turn this over to Joe, who will start our presentation of our products. Again, thank you, RENVU team. Thank you, Phil, for setting up this webinar, and looking forward to seeing where this goes. Joe?
You're muted, Joe.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. as Paul said, this is our first slide on our presentation. He covered this pretty well, but here's just a statement, you know, talking about being headquartered in McKinney, Texas. Very strong U.S. background with military ownership and leadership that's local, engineering and R&D that's local, support that's local, but also leveraging the vast experience of a global company that's been in the business for several years, since 2014. So high volume manufacturing, high quality in every respect. We don't skimp on quality in any regard. We're looking forward to our new facility in McKinney, Texas, being available here within the next few months, end of this year or early next year. So our leadership, headed by Paul Buckwalter, who you just met, who has many years in the business of experience in research and development and leadership, supported by a great staff of other leaders who have many years of experience in the business, and great collaborative team here. I've been with RENVU, I'm sorry, we're speaking with RENVU, but I've been with Renon for since about early May, and I'm impressed with the people that I've met, the products that I've been introduced to, that I'm presenting to our customers. I'm very proud to be able to present high quality, high value products and service to our customers. So super excited about being on board with Renon and this leadership. All of our products and the service that support it is based on core technology that's protected by over 60 patents. That is based on all these various technologies that you see here: cloud EMS, local EMS, intelligent PCS technology, energy storage BMS technology, integrated safety. We don't take safety for granted. Integrated thermal management design and system 3-proof design. And so what you're going to see in the next slides are products that are based on that and supported by that protected technology. So we're going to begin with commercial and industrial solutions that we offer. We have distributed AC and DC coupling. We have hybrid all-in-ones, and we have containerized ESS. To start with, we have the ECube 60AP. This is a super good product, very versatile. This is one that is up to 61 kilowatt hours of battery in each of these cabinets, which is air cooled, temperature controlled with its own AC unit. And it pairs with 30K and 60K Sol-Arks. And each one of these is wired to be either a 208 volt to pair with the 30K Sol-Ark, or a 480 volt to pair with the 60K Sol-Ark. So very versatile. Each of these, you can stack up to 6 of these in parallel per inverter. So that's up to 360 kilowatt hours, over 360 kilowatt hours per 30K or 60K Sol-Ark. We're also looking at adding additional inverters that are in the pipeline. And so stay tuned for those announcements as they become available. Again, if you have any questions, please think about them and we'll answer them at the end. Next in our commercial lineup is MPack 233A. This is a super exciting product. It has an integrated inverter that's 125 kilowatt inverter, and it's liquid cooled. It has a very small footprint with only a dimension of 43 inches by 57 inches deep by 93 inches tall. So basically you're looking at like a refrigerator, a big refrigerator, but very, very compact design for how much battery and energy storage you get and how much power you get. But yeah, these can also be set up in arrays of 5, and then you can put up multiple arrays together and really stack it really large. You can get, what's the limit? I'm not even sure. Jose, maybe you can answer for us, but I think it's, 5 by 5, right?
It's up to 12 arrays for a total of 34.5.
Thank you. Yeah, so 12 arrays times 5 and times 233 kilowatt hours. So that's quite large. Very versatile. We've had just last week, we had a very successful install here in the United States, and very excited about the prospects. We have lots of people very interested in this and what the benefits it can provide, and the density of energy that we have here in end of storage.
Yeah, Joe, if I could just jump in real quick. Yes, this we did our first installation in the United States, and just keep in mind this does have UL 9540A, UL 9540. It is on the CEC list. It's we're working on the SGIP at this time, but a couple of the comments that two groups have already said is this is a beautiful piece of equipment. It's very high quality and super reasonably priced, which ties into what I had said early on when doing my introduction. I mean, a beautiful, high quality piece of equipment that's reasonably priced, and that's something. Even if the install may have taken a little bit longer because it was our very first. Again, the customer feedback was simply, this is a really nice quality built piece of equipment. And I mean, that's great news for a piece of equipment this size. The other thing is, we could do up to, I think, 15 to 20 megawatts with these. Their footprint is it's not a massive footprint. So when you think about how many of these you could put into an area where maybe a 10-foot container or 20-foot container may be, you're talking, putting 5 together for a megawatt plus, again, taking into consideration the cost factors and so forth. And these are liquid cooled units. Big things to come here, everyone. I mean, this first installation was a massive success for us, a win here. And we currently have our team in Florida right now doing our second installation here in the U.S. And again, great product, lots of applications on grid and off grid. And we have a lot to learn about this product as far as its many applications. Jose will be involved in this along with our other engineers. And again, we're looking forward to doing great things with data centers, Bitcoin mining, municipalities, and so forth to support a lot of the EPCs and the large installers that are out there on these projects. That's all I have, Joe.
Thank you, Paul. Here's the combiner for every array of the MPack. That you have 5 that you can put up to 5 in an array. For every array, you need to have a combiner to help manage the energy and make it work together with the other arrays that you may add. So moving into our residential solution, what we offer, we have basically 3 products. This is the first of 3 that we offer currently in the United States. And this is called the Xcellent Plus. And what this does is it's a wall mount or ground mount unit. It's 16 kilowatt hours of energy storage in one unit with the BMS built into each one of them. And what you're seeing here is 3 of them paralleled together with a Sol-Ark 15K. And you see the battery unit here on the bottom, and then above it is this junction box. This is not, like a BMS or anything. It's just a very nice looking, convenient junction box that's included with the battery to help, with the installation, the ease of installation is also with the aesthetics. Very smart looking instead of like your normal gutter box that would be, you'd have to buy separately. So that's included with the battery. And you can parallel up to 15 of these per inverter if you wanted to go that large. But very versatile, very low cost, very efficient product. We're very excited about this one and how it can drive down the price of an overall system because of its very efficient price and its high quality componentry. Our next product is Xtreme LV, and this is a stackable unit. Each one of the modules here, you can see in this stack, you got a 4 stack here, so this would be like just over 20 kilowatt hours in this stack. Each module is 5.12 kilowatt hours of capacity. It has a IP65 10-year warranty, and you can put up to 15 of these in parallel as well. So this can be installed indoor or outdoor without additional cabinetry or protection, which is a huge advantage. And it's also each one of these modules, as you stack them, they're self-addressing. So there's no dip switches required. It makes installation that much easier. And also they're very thin. The dimensions of them, they're only 10 inches deep and they can go right up against the wall. The cabling comes out the side instead of out the back. So you can put these right up against the wall and it's only 10.6 inches deep. And it's 25 inches wide. And then for a stack of 4, it would be 49 inches tall. And you can stack anywhere from 2 modules up to 8 modules. So anywhere from about 10 kilowatt hours up to over 40 kilowatt hours in a single stack. Very powerful product too, because it's really interesting that you only need 3 of them in a stack to be able to equate to the maximum output of a Sol-Ark 15K, which is very unique to our product. Other products that are stackable in the market require at least 4 to get to the full capacity output that matches with a 15K Sol-Ark. So very excited about this product, very reasonable, and you can grow with it, right? You can start small, and with a simple add of another module in the future, it's very easy to start small and then grow quickly without having to add extra wiring or cabling or expensive installation costs. Again, it's UL 9540 certified and UL 9540A tested and safe. So, you know, for those that you need stackable and growable type systems, this is a great solution.
And just to add, again, customer feedback, really nice looking, sleek, nice form factor. You know, if you want to put it in the garage, you literally will have space to pull car in with these on the sidewall and so forth. Indoor outdoor rated, big thing, you know, IP65 rated, so these can go outside or they can go inside. And again, super nice looking, super easy to install. These stackable batteries, you know, once an installer understands how you know, how to put these together, I mean, literally an installation could take, you know, 15 to 30 minutes, and installers know that time is money. So the quicker these things go together, the quicker they can move on to other jobs. And again, they work. Super powerful, good looking, reasonably priced.
Thank you, Paul. Our third product in our residential series is the EBrick series. And this is a IP20, 10-year warranty, and up to 15 in parallel per inverter. So this is an indoor unit, but we also have a cabinet. You know, this is kind of a server rack style, but this is finding a lot of popularity with certain applications where we have customers who are aware of our other 2 product offerings, but they like this one for various reasons. It's a great price point as well. But we also have an indoor cabinet. You can see the cabinet here displayed next to it, and this cabinet is also modular. Each of these cabinet modules can hold 3 of these battery modules. And so you can stack up to 4 of these cabinet modules. So that would equal 12 battery modules in a stack of 5.12 kilowatt hours each. So again, you can have 12 by 5, that's about over 61 kilowatt hours in a stack indoor. And it's very modular. You can adapt it to the size that you need and what you need to work with. And here's the dimensions. You can see it's a very small footprint. Again, great product, great quality, and great price. So here's just a couple of installation cases. We want to show you some examples. From an install base standpoint, you know, back in 2020, we had 80 megawatt hours, and it was kind of this rack battery system. And then, you know, it grew in 2021 to 350 megawatt hours installed with a residential battery solution that we've added. Like, this is where the Xtreme LV came on board. And then you've got in 2022, we grew to 720 megawatt hours total solution, where we started to add more of these commercial options. 1.5 gigawatt hours installed in 2023, and then, or by 2023, and then by 2024, over 3 gigawatt hours installed as we continue to add both to our residential and to our C&I base. So over 4,000 installed around the world, and over 3 gigawatt hours installed, as you can see, as of the 4th quarter of 2024. And here's just a few examples of some installations. You can see how nice and sleek they are and thin to the wall, as we've mentioned before, and very versatile in the different configurations, how you can install them. So we feel like, you know, we give a great price, we give options. So, you know, we have the right battery at the right price for the right job, and with the right experience and the right support. Here's some more installation cases, more of our C&I type units that are installed. Paul just mentioned, you know, our first installation in the United States last week, and our next one going right now in Florida. We're going to be releasing videos, so watch out for those on social media so you can see what they actually look like and how they performed, and with customer feedback as well. So we've had a lot of great feedback, high quality, just getting better every day as we learn more and more about this. So what's coming next? Coming soon is our SmartMatrix. This is a utility-based, larger cabinet type unit, which is 10 feet in length. We expect this to be coming here within, early next year. Paul, correct me if I'm wrong on any of this. I'm not privy to all the details, but here's generally the specs: 1.67 megawatt hours. They come in DC blocks, and you can pair up to 5 megawatt hours of these in parallel. So this is coming soon. Stay tuned for more information.
Yeah, so Joe, this is available right now, but we don't consider it a super. It's available. It's been fielded. It's in use around the world right now. However, for the U.S. market, it's going to have to be kind of redesigned, and we have a customer that is relying on us to produce a BABA compliant product by the fourth quarter to support the Department of Energy. So with that will come changes, and again, I think we'll have a much more viable product for the U.S. market in the fourth quarter.
Thank you, Paul. Also, something else that's coming early next year, quarter 2 of 2026, is this MPack 233C, which is a fast DC charging system. And it has a dual port charger, and it's supported by the MPack that we just went over the specs with earlier. And that you can grow. I'm not sure exactly the specs about how far you can grow on this. We're still developing that, and that information is forthcoming. But just wanted to give you guys a quick glimpse of what's coming around the corner, not too far into the future.
And these are deployed. These are deployed around the world right now, mainly in Europe. But there is a demand here, and since we've been piloting the 233A, we expect that the 233C with the EV charger capability will be available. Even though it says Q2, with the right demand, we'll have it out in Q1.
Thank you, Paul. So we have Renon VPP, and this is a slide I'm going to have to defer to Jose and to Paul on this one. I'm just going to turn the time over to Jose.
Actually, that will be Philip McGiver. Joe.
Oh, Phil. Okay.
Phil?
I think Phil was having a little bit of issues with logging in.
Yeah, so real quick, I could pick up on our VPP program. Brand new, just signed the agreement yesterday, and it's going to be our own customized VPP program. The advantages, obviously I could walk through these, I could read these. Why would you want to use a VPP program? To offset some of the, if we're not able to take advantage of the ITC, the VPP will give back to at all levels. At the distributor level, it's in our control to control where the funding is. So we can share that revenue with both the distributor, the installer, and the homeowner. Based off of tariffs, I mean, we don't know where prices are going to go, but we can actually control the cost of energy and give them back to the grid. Reoccurring revenue forecasting, optimization. We don't have to do anything. When you purchase our batteries, we would provide you with the agreements that you would need, and our VPP program will take control. And I don't mean that in a controlling way, but you won't have to do anything. It's not going to require anything technical. It's all software driven. So our program, we plan to compete against the likes of other programs that are out there right now. We do have it. It's a Renon VPP program, and it will be customized based on each distributor, installer, and homeowner. But again, today we do have this option. Unfortunately, it sounds like Phil cannot brief this, but Phil is a subject matter expert, and he's been tasked to run our VPP program. Again, we signed it. We're working through Dividend and Lightsmith Energy, and it is our own. Program. So again, more to come on that. You'll see a lot of marketing going forward with regard to our VPP program and the benefits of it to distributors, installers, and homeowners. Next slide.
Thank you.
Yep.
So this is our final slide, just more of a question and answer period. If there's any questions that are out there that we need to answer.
Yeah, so anybody that has questions and want to participate here, just utilize the Q&A feature on Zoom. You can see it in the Zoom pan. Simply click on it and put your questions. I wanted to, maybe before we are getting any questions here, I wanted to ask about the balancing the Xtreme batteries. So if I want to parallel two Xtreme batteries, do I need to have exact sizes, or can I have four modules and 6 modules parallel?
You're going to want to have a balanced system, as far as I understand. You're going to want to have 2 stacks of 3 or 2 stacks of 4 or 2 stacks of 5, as the case may be.
That's why Jose is on the line. Go ahead, Jose.
Yeah, this is correct. You always want to have a balanced load when it comes to batteries. You never want one to discharge more than the other one. This could create a lot of communication issues, especially on the BMS side. So good rule of thumb is to always balance your loads, or always balance those banks.
Sounds good. We have the first question here from Peter. What if you want to go higher than the 15 stacks, 307 kilowatt hour with the Xtreme? Is there a possibility?
So there is a possibility. When it comes to larger projects like this, we always like to get our engineering team. We could always either do an open loop straight to bus bars. But again, once it comes to larger projects like this, we would like to either get our engineering group to make sure that the whole system will respond as one, so that you do have all of the correct components.
Sounds good. What does the residential battery system cost for the 80 kilowatt hour? Can I use this to provide 3-phase power for some equipment in a metal shop?
So the question is what the price is for the ECube on the 3-phase, for it be paired with a 30K or a 60K Sol-Ark?
So the ECube is 80 kilowatt hour unit?
61 kilowatt hours.
Okay, so with that one, yeah, so I can connect it to a 30 kilowatt hour, 30 kilowatt Sol-Ark or 60 kilowatt Sol-Ark.
It'll be connected to an actually 60K Sol-Ark
60.
for a 3-phase.
Yeah, the 30 is only 208, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Jose,
So
Jose, correct me if I'm wrong, but is the 208 volt also 3-phase? My understanding was the 30K Sol-Ark was a 3-phase 208 volt.
3-phase 208, 60K is more industrial, more when it comes to more commercial installations.
Yeah, 60K is the 480 volt version.
And how many of those ECubes can I parallel?
So you could, minimum will be 5 in parallel. Again, once you start getting into those larger projects, we'll get our engineering group to actually spec out those and tell you if you do need any combiner boxes for them or any other additional transformers or anything that you might need for that project. But 5, safe zone. Anything above 5, get our engineers involved.
Yeah, and our engineering services are part of who we are. We don't want to just sell something. We don't want to it's not transactional. This is about making sure that when a customer orders something, that it works. So we highly encourage, outside of some of the residential batteries, that as customers develop projects, even if we needed to do a single line diagram, we would. We don't deal obviously directly with people, but suppose RENVU did have a big project, you couldn't figure out internally based off of our specifications, our engineering group would jump in and make sure that we can provide you with the solution for the customer. Actually at no charge. And in addition, with our MPacks, we'll include 2 to 3 days engineering support, US-based engineering support on site with the first installation of a group for the MPack 233. So 2 to 3 days on site, US-based engineering that will go out to the site, train our customers on the piece of equipment. And again, that will be included in the price and in the quote to the customer, because we don't want our customers to fail. We want to make sure that what we provide them with will work, and we pretty much guarantee that by having our engineers on site to commission it as part of the package.
So that's by itself worth a lot of money. I know how much it would cost to bring on site an engineer that can assist with commissioning and installation. So that's a great add-on. Okay, so another question here from Jack. With the EBrick battery, is the 15 units in parallel limitation tied to the BMS for closed loop communication? If we wanted to go higher with open loop comms to the inverters and tie straight to bus bars, would that be supportable?
Yeah, that is supported. We have a project right now that has 150 EBricks. They're all communicated within batteries. However, it is open loop to the inverter, running to bus bars. However, on this project, they did opt in for the actual cabinets that are used with our EBricks. So it does make that solution a little bit more organized, appealing to see the project. But yes, definitely over 15, we could handle an open loop.
Good. And I assume that if Jack will want to get more information about that installation, is it possible to get any more information on that installation?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
Just so you guys know, we are currently working with Jack, and I tried to message him in the chat. I've known Jack for some time. He's a genius. His group is super technical, and Jack, thanks for joining the call. Obviously, we're working on some of these things. Bill can get you answers, and we'll be more than happy to support whatever initiatives you're looking to do here. So thanks for joining the call, Jack.
Thank you. Maybe while we're waiting for more questions to come in, if there are any, to get some more information about the VPP process. So we're talking about the program that an installer can sign up and then sign up their customers or end users to get extra ways or another way to get money from battery system, if it's 20, 30 kilowatt or more, 20 kilowatt hour. We're talking about 45 events per year that there will be any usage of those batteries or selling to the utility, and it's always situation that there are no storms forecasted, or it's not during times that the user need the power. It's usually idle time, and it's just another way for the customer uh, to utilize their system and increase the return on investment for both for the homeowner, but also for the installer, if they want to keep some of the revenue for themselves. My question regarding this is, how exactly is the connection made with the system, or how do you take control and selling the power for the customer to the utility? If you know, or if we need later to get that information from field, that's fine.
Jose needs to be unmuted. For some reason, he's muted. There you go, Jose. But yeah, so it is all handled through the technology. I mean, I can tell you that right now that it's all software driven. So he messaged me. He just said that he's muted as a call-in person, and he's not able to participate because he called in versus logging in. So if anyone has the ability to unmute him as a participant that called in, that would be great. But Jose, can you answer that question for Erez, please?
This one will be a Phil question.
I mean, I know a little bit about it. I think that there is a gateway that is being connected to the system, and through that gateway, I see that Phil joined now, so maybe he's able to answer it. Okay. While we were talking here, Chris added another question. Does the Renon DC charger come with battery storage built in?
It's the EV charger, the ECube C.
Yeah.
Yep. So on the side of each of the charger ports, there is a battery or an ECube.
So this is 61 kilowatt hour battery for each side.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. It looks like we answered all the questions here. I will close this. Thanks, Paul, Joe, Phil, Jose, and Kyle for co-hosting this webinar with me today. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Our team will work on the recordings and send a follow-up email with the recordings and more information about everything we discussed today in the following day or two. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at info@renvu.com. We will add the information needed to that email if needed, or connect you with the relevant person at Renon. Have a great rest of your week, everybody, and thank you again.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
great
you.
week.
Much appreciated, you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.